Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if you can hear me or not because I'm actually broadcasting from my bed, so I can't see if my microphone's working. Anywho, I'd said to Green Eyes earlier I'd come on just so I could say hello to everyone because I didn't get a notification for BAM's live. Hiya Sid, hiya Lovey, how are you? And Danny, hi Danny. Well, it's been a bit of a nightmare here because obviously I'd got my face smashed in last Saturday morning by the horse. And well, I'll tell you all about the amazing week we've had, which hasn't been that amazing. Hi, Kathy, love, how are you? Hi, Frida. And then I've ended up with can't decide whether it is the flu or whether it's the Rona. Because I've been doing lateral flow tests and they're coming back negative. But I have been wiped out for I couldn't get out of bed for like 3 days. So Porky's been looking after me. Hi, Mrs. Mercury. My face has gone down now. It's still sore, but it's gone down. But then obviously I ended up with the lurgy. So yeah, and I didn't know BAM was live apart from getting I got a text message from Green Eyes just saying, you know, how are you doing? Hope you're feeling a bit better. And replied to her, and then she mentioned that BAM was live. I was like, shit. So, how is everybody? Hope you're all doing well. I don't know how long I'll be able to last for because my throat is killing, but I'll fill you in on my week, but I also want to run a couple of things by you all because now Danny might be quite interested in this. Oh, let me just see Frida. I didn't get a notification either for BAM. Just flicking through my phone and seeing it on YouTube. I think they've shadow banned her. You know, like they do on Twitter. Because for ages, I was This is like, you know, way back when, as Lady Witch will know, and anybody else who uses that platform, the buggers at shadow banning you. And I was thinking, you know, usually I would get thousands of interactions with my tweets. And it was like a handful. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It's fine, Frida. It doesn't matter. And yeah, I found out I was shadow banned. So I don't know if they do it on YouTube, but yeah, I won't be surprised if some sneaky little getter's got it in for. Well, we know people have got it in for her, but F them. So there's two things. One thing is that there is a case currently. I'm not going to do it tonight though. I'll do it in a day or two. Might even do it tomorrow if I'm feeling up to it. Because I don't know if you can hear my throat. Excuse me. There is another case of a animal attack in Kentucky. And it is causing a lot of controversy, a lot. It's even causing drama in the cryptid and dogman community, believe it or not. So it's not just true crime and whatever else. It's actually getting all corners of YouTube are getting hit with the drama and the preciousness and what have you. So that's one thing I want to cover. Oh, you're moving, are you, Kathy? Oh, well, as you probably remember, I've only just done a move. What a nightmare. So I hope yours is not as stressful as mine and you get it all. Are you moving far? And then also, if you remember, this is the bit I was on about that I think Danny might have some interest in. And I know a lot of you guys who are into true crime, as you know, true crime is not my thing. However, there is a case that I kind of had heard of it, but I didn't really know a lot about it. It just rang a bell with me. I didn't know the ins and outs of it. And while I've been poorly, I started to watch stuff on it, and it was horrifying. It's known as the most sadistic murder in the UK. Something similar happened in Japan. Has anyone heard of Junko Furuta? Is it Furuta? That murder? Well, the one that I'm talking about that happened over here, and it happened in the late, was it the late 80s, early 90s? Oh no, Fried. Oh, do you know what? It is what it is. I'll be fine. But thank you, lovey. This murder in the UK became known as, well, one of the people who committed the murder became known as the Chucky Killer. Is it ringing any bells with anybody yet? And if not, I'll give you the name. Yeah, well, Mrs. Mercury, what happened to Junko was horrific. We've got our own UK version of it. As I said, it became known as the Chucky killing or the Chucky killers. And the victim, now this is where the name rang a bell with me. And like I said, because I was lying in bed for 3 days, I started to read about it, and I was watching and listening to podcasts about it. I was like, fucking hell, this is awful. Suzanne Capper, 16 years old. And I will admit, and I'm not a mardy arse, I was very similar with when I watched something on the Junko Furuta murder. There's not many murders will get to me like that. I was sobbing. I was absolutely heartbroken going through this, the details of this particular crime. And I thought, you know what? It's not for the, I don't want to do the, for the goriness aspect of it. Yeah, Mrs. Mercury, it's awful. And as I said, normally I will shy away from true crime. It's not my thing. I like to do my history and my cryptids and my UFOs. However, what this 16-year-old girl was put through, and as I said, it's on a par with the Junko Furuta murder. If that poor girl endured what happened to her, then I'm pretty sure that I can endure having to talk about it, because the fact that it is not as well known as it should be, and I think she deserves to have a voice. So, as I said, it's not the usual light-hearted type of thing that I would cover. But being laid up and reading about it and listening to what went on and doing a bit of research, I think I want to cover this. I will give advanced warning, because if you're easily triggered, then it's not for you. There isn't any sexual aspect to it, at least none that I could find. So that's one trigger less to worry about. However, yeah, so I just thought I'll give you all the heads up on it, because I am going to cover that, and I just wanted you to know that you'll see this name, you'll see me going to cover this story. It won't be what you usually would expect from me. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, I'll be covering that, and I will be covering the the drama in the Dogman community. And then also I'll let you know what's gone on here. So this past week has been an absolute fucking nightmare. So I got my face smashed in, my jaw on last Saturday morning. It wasn't done intentionally. The horse weaves. I don't know if you've ever, anybody who's familiar with horses knows what a weaver is. Um, she basically was swinging her head from side to side. It's a behavioural issue, and smacked me with her cheekbone, cheek and jaw, so the size, of, and it was a Cleveland Bay horse, so she's big, straight in the side of my face. And yeah, and because the horse didn't, and she's a flighty mare anyway, I couldn't scream because she'd have just had an absolute shit fit. So I just had to kind of bite my tongue, and tears were pouring down my face. So yeah, so I had that happen. Then we were waiting to have new flooring put down. They were booked to come Monday and Tuesday. So on Sunday, so by this point, my face is swelling. So it started to swell Saturday. Sunday, it's really swollen. The pain was awful. And I said to Porky, we're going to have to get all the, the washing machine, tumble dryer. We've got a big one of the double American fridge freezers in there, plus another counter height free, the small freezer that we keep all the meat and things in, and the big solid dining table. So we had to get all the stuff out of the I don't know, Kathy. I think I've possibly cracked my jaw. Just the fact that I can't close my teeth. I have broken my jaw before, but on the other side, feels very similar. But like I said, the swelling's gone down now. I couldn't even speak. It was so bad. I didn't sleep. It was, yeah. So we're moving all the stuff out of the kitchen, and Porky's out in the back. Now, we've had loads of flies coming in the kitchen. I kept saying, where the fuck are these coming from? And he got one of those, the fluorescent things that zap the flies that you get in restaurants and things. Got one of those. It's been on the counter. And he went out of the back. So we've got the conservatory where the cat lives, because obviously, if any of you remember, he has a cat, a bit similar to Bam's cat, with the senile. It's got dementia. So Porky's cat, who is, I think he's about 14, 15, Tiggs, he's senile, and he can't go out because he just gets lost. And he'd gone wandering off. If you remember, I was telling you all, he got wandered off and was found with an injured leg, and so he was like, I can't let him out. I cannot let him out in case he goes wandering. So I was thinking that flies were coming in from the conservatory because it's gone a little bit warmer now because of the cat going to the toilet in there. And it wasn't. He'd opened the back door and he was like, I think I know where the flies are coming from. One of the the sewer at the back had collapsed. The back garden was full of shit. So I was like, fucking hell. So he got onto a drain guy. They were coming out. So by this point, I'm not feeling it. So my face is killing me. It's getting worse and worse. The pain is really bad. We've now got the smell of shit emanating all the way through the house. I'm outside in wellies, excuse me, with a stick, thinking it might just be a blockage. So you can imagine I'm just not in a good place. This guy, and this was about 2 o'clock on the Sunday afternoon. Porky's working that night, so he's going on. He starts work at 10 o'clock. So at night. So he needs to have a couple of hours of sleep. So he leaves me he phones up a drainage guy. They said they'll come to sort the drains out between 4 and 6, and Porky goes back to bed. 6:30 comes, no sign of the guy. So I came up and I'm like, he's not been, love. So Porky gets on the phone, rings the guy up. He's like, oh, right. Has he not been? No, this is why we're ringing you. Oh, yeah. He's stuck on another job, but it's going to be at least 4 hours. So at this point, Porky went, forget it. Forget it. We'll get somebody else. Well, no. He said, no, you didn't have the courtesy to just ring us and say you were delayed. So forget it. We'll get somebody else. So the bloke's like, right, okay. So fired him off. He comes back to bed because we ended up getting somebody else who's coming out the next morning. He goes back to bed. 7:45, there's a knock on the door. Some right scrote turned up. So at this point, because I've been poking with a stick, the whole house smells of shit now. Plus, it was hot last weekend. Yeah, you can just imagine. Clothes peg on the nose. Oh, Frida, I needed my nose removing. It was so bad. So we've got the smell of shit everywhere. I've got a headache. My eyes are hurting. My mouth's hurting. I'm pissed off. There's a knock on the door at 7:45. I opened it. There's some right pikey looking scrote. And the gates at the back here into the alleyways, they're locked. So all you all have your key to get in. I think it was because people had been fly tipping and so on, because they're great big wide back streets. So everyone has keys so you can bring your bins through, but they're locked all the time. So this guy, he just knocks on the door. He looked about 15 and he went, "You need to unlock the gate." I just went, "What? You need to unlock the gate. We're here for the drain." I went, No. Yeah. And he gave the name of the company. I went, "No, you've been cancelled." Well, you have to pay, what did he say now? Oh, you have to pay a call out fee. I'm like, fuck, I will. We phoned up. You didn't even tell us you weren't coming. I'm not in the mood for this. No. Well, I better ring the office. Well, you crack on, but you ain't getting a penny piece out of us. And I slammed the door anyway. Away he fucked. So Monday, So before then, as you all know, I don't know if I told you all, I know some people know that I broke Porky's car. So when my car blew up on the motorway when I was moving house, so I've been using his car. So, which my friends call the clown car, because they're used to seeing me in a great big, like 3 litre, 4 litre, whatever size of vehicle I've had for the past however many years. They've never seen me in anything less than a 2.5 litre Land Rover. So this is like a sporty little Mazda. So when they see me turning up in his car, all my friends just go, because it matches my clown feet, because I've got big feet. Anyway, so what I didn't know until the Sunday, this is all leading to somewhere. So that Sunday, he informs me that, unbeknownst to me, he's contacted a garage and is getting us a car each. He's going to trade the clown car in, and he's getting him this particular car, and me, it was a BMW X3, either X3 or an X5, the 4-wheel drive. I was like, oh my God. And he's like, well, blah, 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 because I'm worth it. So I was really excited, and it's taken the pain out my face a little bit. Monday. So he goes to work. He comes home at 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday, goes to bed. The guy turns up to deal with the drains. So we've got people in who are laying the floor in the kitchen. And then the guy rocks up at 11 o'clock to have a look at the drain. Now, he'd reckoned it would be about 60 quid plus VAT to flush it through. Always thought the Kia looked like a clown car. Oh, this little sporty Mazda, Frida, because it's bright green. So my friends, literally, when I turn up, I go to visit my friends, and it's become a thing now. But yeah. But I'll have the windows open. I'll pull up on Pauline's front, and she'll go, bastards. They're just bastards. So the guy who's looking at the drain says, you need to come and have a look at this, love. He's got the camera down the drain. It isn't a blockage. It's a partial collapse of the fucking sewer pipe. Good news and bad news. Bad news. It's 2 meters down and about 3 meters along. To dig it out and repair it is going to cost up to, well, it was anywhere between 3.5 and 6.5 grand. I was like, fuck. Good news, there was a cheaper option, which was to fix it with resin. I don't even, because I mean, I can't even look down it because at this point, because it's Monday that I posted that video, at this point, my face, I'm now looking like John Merrick. I can hardly speak. This guy has got me trying to look at the camera on this screen through the manhole cover into the drain. All I can smell is shite. There's shite all over the garden. There's shite up to the back door. I'm not in a good place. There's guys in the kitchen who are hammering and I'm like, Porky's going to be awake because there's no way he's sleeping through that. We didn't realise how noisy it was going to be. So I thought, I'm going to have to come up and get him. So I came up. It looked like shit on a stick. I'm like, please come and speak to the guy. It's going to cost all this money. So as a result of that, we've had the sewer drain, whatever it is, mended. That was mended on Tuesday. We've got a beautiful new kitchen floor, but the money that would have gone on getting me a new car has had to go on repairing the drain. So Porky, you know, because it's his money, which is fair enough. Porky's got a lovely car, and he's given me the clown car. So it's literally, I'm noddy all the way. Apart from it being the wrong, I think Noddy's car was red, wasn't it? But yeah, so I've got the bright green clown car. So yeah, so that's kind of been our week, and then so that was on Tuesday. And then Thursday morning, I had a teleconference for work, and all fine until about 10 minutes before the end. And then it felt like I'd swallowed a razor blade. And I was like, shit, what's up? What's up with my throat? And then I started sweating and my head started banging and I was feeling as dizzy as hell. Thought I need to go and have a little lie down. And there I have remained until today. So I was hit with whatever it was, be it flu, corona. I've taken 2 lateral flow tests. They've come back negative. You know, I don't know the description because my sense of taste is different. I haven't lost my sense of smell, but things are tasting weird. My throat now, it's on the mend, but I've never had such a sore throat. It was awful. It just felt like someone had been at it with a cheese grater. I'm still getting lightheaded, which is why I'm lying in bed and doing this stream from here, and why I've been incredibly quiet on the tubes, other than listening to things about, like I said, Suzanne Capper and some of the drama going on in the Dogman community. So yeah, that's been my my week. So anybody else? What's been going on with you guys? Well, if you don't want the clown car, you can always donate it to me. Do you know what, Mrs. Mercury? When I can afford to get another car, I will. Do you know what? It's actually all right. Yeah, Frida, it's I don't tend to get colds, but this has been yeah, if it's a cold, because it's not, I've had flu before and it doesn't feel like flu, even though, you know, I'm saying flu, it doesn't feel like flu. I've had a flu once and I thought I was going to die, but this is weird. I was struggling to walk. I've just had no energy. I mean, if Porky were here, he'd tell you himself. I was struggling to walk up the stairs, and that's not like me. I've always got loads of energy. I couldn't even eat anything. I just couldn't eat. It's pumping with sweat. You know, and having a bit like a hot flush, I suppose. But yeah, probably a cold. But it's yeah, it's just wiped me out. And because I'm outside most of the time, Frida, I don't tend to get cold. You know, I might get a little bit of a sniffle here or there, but nothing like this. But yeah, it feels like it's on the move now. Oh, it was your birthday yesterday. Oh, Frida. Oh, right. I think, chat, we need to sing to Frida. I'm sorry you're going to have really out of tune singing because of my throat, but it's the law. Are we ready, everybody? For the lovely Frida. Happy birthday to you for yesterday. Happy birthday to you for yesterday. Happy birthday, dear lovely sweetheart Frida. Happy birthday for yesterday to you. Mwah, 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 mwah. 21 again. And you don't look a day over 18. Oh, you had a bad cold. Oh, gosh. 2 weeks. Oh, that is a bad cold, Mrs. Mercury. It's probably just because I'm not used to being ill. But I must admit, I've been necking the bloody the Lemsip flu, you know, the max strength cold and flu capsules and the Lemsips as well. They've been going down my throat like nobody's business. And Porky's whiskey. He's got some beautiful Irish whiskey, so I've been making myself hot toddies with lemon. Did you go for a meal, Frida? Or was it, I was going to say, was it just at home? Were you at home with the family? Did you have a party? Did you go for a meal? Go for a drink? I need to live vicariously through everybody else at the moment. Oh, have you had a go at making the old tiger bread yet, Mrs. Mercury? Now, I can ask because we're in here and it's not going to affect. Who's this skeletal one that we were talking about on BAMS? Does anybody know? Like the content thief? I'm just being a nosy get. Oh, you're welcome, Mrs. Mercury. I'm so sorry. My brain is like a sieve. I'm a typical Aries. I bounce from one thing to another. So I always start off with really good intentions. And I am a typical half a job Harry. I'll start one thing and then something more interesting comes along and I bounce onto that. And it's the same with thoughts in my head. So I'm like, shit, I've got to send Mrs. Mercury the recipe. Oh, shiny object. That's me gone. So at least I finally remembered it. So, but I'm so sorry for the delay. I need to check with Nuff Nuff if she made. I sent her me cheese and onion pie recipe. Oh, you're welcome, Frida. You're welcome, love. If I'd have known, I'd have sent you a present. But I'll be sneaky now, so I'll put you in my calendar. Because whenever I find out it's somebody's birthday, I'm being really sneaky. In my calendar they go. So your next birthdays, I'll know in advance. I'll have something all set up for you all. Yeah, I sent Nuff Nuff my famous melting cheese and onion pie recipe. Oh God, it's good. It converted Porky into a cheese and onion pie lover because it was never one of his favourites, but he was like, my God, this is good. Mrs. Mercury doesn't know who the skeletal person is. caught the last few minutes of Bam's live. I didn't get a notification to say no. It's the same. Mrs. Mercury here. It was exactly the same here. I didn't get a notification. I only found out because Green Eyes had texted me, and she was just asking how I was, and then she mentioned Bam's live. I was like, shit, I didn't get a notification, so I bobbed in over there then. So I think I was probably only like the last half hour or so. Oh, Kiss was at my son's house. He put on a great spread for me. Oh, lovely, Frida. Oh, you can't beat a good old spread. Was it a buffet? I've not got a massive appetite, as you've heard Porky saying, I eat like a sparrow. But if it's a buffet or a barbecue, I can chuck food down my neck like there's no tomorrow. Oh, hi, bedtime. Oh, Emma Ken. That's that young girl with the red hair in it. Emma Kenny. Am I thinking of the right one? Oh, well, Frida, look at bedtime's just hello, Cooper. Cooper's just jumped up on the bed. And if Porky's listening, no, he didn't. Cooper stayed on the floor. He's not on the bed at all. Oh, right. Okay, bedtime. Thank you. I'm sure there's a youngish lass. I'd put her in her 20s, and I think her name's Emma. She does true crime things. Oh, I'll look into her then. Thanks for giving us the heads up on that one. I'm still keep poking your other half about those wonderful eyelashes of hers, please. Emma Kenny has just done about Suzanne Capper. Oh, has she? Oh, maybe I won't do it then. It was the reason I came across it was it's an American. There are a couple of American women, and it was I don't even know why it came up in my recommendations. They cover different true crimes, but this was the first one that they covered of an English case, and it got me thinking, oh shit, man. She's got over 100,000 subs, and if you look at a video list, Bam is right. She did Ted Bundy right after Bam did some others too. Oh man. Oh, okay. I'll check that one out, but I'll do it incognito because I don't want the bitch having a view. What a cow. Well, the thing is though, right, if she's 100,000 subs, you can guarantee then that, you're saying that if you look at a video list and she's been copying Bam's, yeah, or some of Bam's. Hiya, Grim. How are you, my darling? It's lovely to see you. I'm sorry, I'm talking with a bit of a croaky voice. I've got some form of dreaded lurgy. We will be getting back to do some historical shizzle, but I've not been online for over a week. So tonight is just me catching up on what's been going on the tube. So if you've got any good goss, feel free to put it in the chat. Oh, I've just realised you're not, I haven't modded you, Grim Truther. Oh, I think my tablet's downstairs. Right, I will do it. I'll give you a wrench for next time you come in, sweetheart, because I don't like anybody not having wrenchies. Yeah, I was going to say that if bedtime, it won't just be Bam's content then, will it? There must be other creators that she's robbing from, because you don't, once a thief, always a thief. So I Yeah. It's a name. Vicious. Yeah, it looks like that's the Mist Woman. Although I can't check Frida because obviously I'm using my phone. So I'll have to have a little look later. I can't believe it's really remiss of me that not having modded up Grim Truther before. I thought I'd done it. I know you've not been in for a bit, Sugar, but usually I remember. But again, as I was saying to Mrs. Mercury, I'm easily distracted being an Aries. I'll go, oh, let me just give Grim Truther a wrench. Oh, shiny object, and away I go. So, so what else has been going on in everybody's lives? Don't know anything about that. I listen to y'all and the other bullshit drama from 1A and NC's crap. Well, the thing is, I think you all know now, I don't go anywhere. Isn't Emma Kenny a psychologist who's been on TV on the crime programmes? I don't know, Mrs. Mercury. I don't know, love. Bedtime, no. Do you know the only places I go now? Well, obviously, if Nuff Nuff comes live, I because I like listening to Nuff Nuff, especially I do miss the quizzes. We'll have to do another Know Your Mods in here, actually, if you're all up for it, because we've not done one for a while. Know Your Mods quiz. I caught a little bit of genetic codes, but again, I don't get notifications now. So really, the only places that I'm going to, I'm listening to my Dogman Encounter stuff. And I watch a couple of Norse mythology channels. And that's kind of it, really. Occasionally, I might think, oh, do you know, I'll just have a watch. Oh, no, sorry, Erwin as well. I watch Erwin Saunders, you know, the guy who catches the pixies. So I watch him. Oh, are they not, Frida? Oh, that's very naughty. You would think you could get done, wouldn't you, for lying about qualifications? Because it's misrepresentation, isn't it? You know, say I was sat here and I'm saying, because you can say anything and be anything on the internet, can't you? So I could sit here and say I have got a master's and I've got 9 different degrees, and I've also got several, you know, an HND, an HNC, and blah 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 blah. And you can all go, "Wow, Jax, you are really clever," and you'll just believe me. But I've misrepresented myself, and you would think that me saying I've got qualifications in X, Y, and Z, you know, it's not just a little white lie, that is it? And so really, if you're lying, so sorry, but bear with me because obviously I'm poorly. I know where my brain's going. So if you're lying about having qualifications from whichever organization or university or what have you, shouldn't that class as theft? Well, in my mind, I would say, well, that's kind of theft, isn't it? I'm stealing, like stolen valor. Not the same thing, obviously. I don't mean to minimize, you know, the seriousness of stolen valor from, you know, forces veterans, but, you know, me claiming to be a forces veteran when I am not is stolen valor. Just a thought anyway. Let me go back to the chat. Only live chats I come on are Bams, yours, and Nuff Nuffs. Oh, thank you, Frida. I have to Google later. Said I don't bother with Nuff Nuffs anymore. Been in 3 times, been blanked 3. Oh, have you? Oh, chicken. The thing is, sometimes though, I think the chat moves that quickly in some of these, you know, the bigger channels, especially when a lot of people go in, and it can. I'm not saying this. I'm not minimising what you're saying at all, Sid. Because I've done it. I've been into some chats and said hello, and like Salty's. I've been in one of Salty's lives, and I think Shirley eventually spotted me, but there were that many people in, I just wasn't seen. But if I'd seen you in there, Sid, I would have definitely said hello. Anybody can say anything, Kiss. I sure look at tulips. You can fake certificates, I suppose. You can investigate further. Absolutely. Absolutely. But, you know, she's mad if she's going on TV and lying about her qualifications. Wouldn't be the first time, though, Mrs. Mercury, would it? You know, there are a lot of people who do that, and they think they're never going to get found out. And actually, the bigger the lie, the more people are likely to believe it. Who was it who said that? Was it Hitler? So I'm sure it was somebody like Adolf Hitler said that. The bigger the lie, the more people will believe it. But I thought you were welcome the last time, Sid, or maybe it was a while back. I can't remember. Yeah. Oh, Nuff definitely wouldn't have blanked you, Sid. If I just think she's probably like me with not watching the chat. I'm a bugger for it. I have to make a concerted effort to go back, and I only manage it. There's absolutely no way I could. I know for a fact I would not be able to follow my chat if I had any more than 20 in it. So that's why I'm quite happy being a little channel and just having important people like your good selves coming in rather than lots and lots and lots. Okay, so I think sometimes if you come into a chat late, you can feel a bit left out. Yeah, because I think as well, because you don't like, I mean, I know I did it before when I nipped in the other chat, but you feel a bit shitty, don't you? Sometimes going, what's going on? Who are we talking about? What's happened? I've missed it. What, you know, you've missed like 5 hours of a live and you come in for the last half hour. Yeah. That's why sometimes if I come into a live, I sometimes don't even say hello. I just sit quietly in the background and just have a listen. That's it exactly, Mrs. Mercury. Quality over quantity. Nothing Bams has said. Shouldn't block me on purpose. It might be that you're thinking of. Oh. Oh, is Nuff? I've not seen Nuff for a little bit. I think she came into my, I think she popped into my last live, didn't she? Which was over a week ago, and said hello. She was just going to have a listen. I need to sort myself out properly once I've got over this ailment. But I think I'm going to try tomorrow and cover this Dogman thing because I've been pissing myself laughing. With drama in the Dogman community, creators falling out over who is giving what information out. So funny. But the sad thing is, it's all connected to a particularly brutal case. So I shouldn't be laughing really, but I have been. Oh God. And then I don't even know whether I should say it on here. No, I'm going to leave that one. I'll leave it. I can have a private conversation with Green Eyes about this one. Hello, my love, just listening. Sorry to hear you've been poorly kissed. Get well soon, Miles. Oh, thank you so much, Sam, my darling. How are you? How are you? Hope everything's going all right with you, sweetheart. I wasn't intending to come on, but because obviously Bam had been live, I hadn't had a notification, and then I thought, oh, you know what? I'll come on just for a little while and say hello to everybody. But I will maybe try. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Mercury. No, it's not that. It was if I open my mouth, I would probably cause a whole pile of shit to come down on this channel, and I don't want drama over here. So I kind of went to say something and then decided against it. Saw Enough somewhere yesterday. I think Country Joe or Granny's watching. I don't watch either of those. So I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. Now, I have heard. I wouldn't know Granny's watching's voice, but I've heard in the past that Country Joe's voice. It's really the accent's really got me confused because I listened to it and she sounds Scottish, but then sounds American. And I'm like, is that a Scottish person living in America or an American person living in Scotland who's picked the accent up? Or I've got no idea. So if anybody can enlighten me, and I'm not slagging the woman off, it's just the accent really confused me. Because obviously, as you know, my background, and even though I don't sound it, but I'm Scottish, and I was like, yeah, she's Scottish. Oh, no. I think CJ Scott's Irish. I think she lives in Hawaii. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it's a weird accent. Yeah, she sounds Scottish, but then and then but I think she's over here, isn't she? I think. Like in Scotland? I think. I don't know. But yeah, I can hear the Scottish twang, but then it goes weird. So yeah, that was just one of life's mysteries. I would love to know. But yeah, I think Bedtime Clowns answered it. So she's Scottish, but lives in Hawaii, which may explain a couple of the words sounding a bit different. Oh, okay, so she lives in Hawaii. Thank you, Bedtime Clown. Hawaii is one of the places on my bucket list. I'd love to go. It looks so pretty. I don't know if you heard before bedtime about please keep giving your missus a poke about, obviously not in the biblical sense, a prod about her eyelashes. I just keep saying, voodoo, eyelashes. Jackie wants to know eyelashes. Because she'll have loads of us watching. We're all intrigued to see this eyelash tutorial. But I know she's really, really busy, but I just have to keep pecking her head about it. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Oh, God, I think I just lost a lung. Oh, she had a vid up with the police coming to her house. The police had Scottish accents. Okay. Oh, maybe she's lived in Hawaii and then come back to Scotland then? Maybe. Oh, I don't know. It's not even that important. It's just because I was being a nosy cow. You know when you hear something and you're like, Yeah, it's going to be a while for the lashes because of the remodel going on right now. No problem, bedtime. Just so long as you know she's still got an audience. Oh, that sounded bad, didn't it, Mrs. Mercury? It was all right. Once I had the little cough. What did they say? It's not the cough that carries you off, it's the coffin they carry you off in. Oh, God, listen, I'm 100 times better than I was. I was really, really rough. So, what do you... She wanted me to tell you earlier. I forgot. No problem, bedtime. Not a problem. No. I think it's just nice, though, you know, when you know that somebody... you know that you've got people who are really interested in something that you're going to deliver, and obviously she knows we're all really. I just didn't want her to think that we'd forgotten or that I'd forgotten, because I'm really interested. That photograph that was up as her avatar, I mean, I want eyelashes like that. I mean, look at mine. You know, I've got to have mine dyed. They're blonde. You can't even see the damn things. Gorfenicin. What's that, Mrs. Mercury? Is it a medicine? I'm just going to keep at it into Porky's whiskey. It's got some lovely Irish whiskey, and yeah, I put a shitload of it in some hot milk the other night. Yeah. Oh, were you waiting for the eyelash tutorial as well, Frida? Just her eyelashes look so amazing. But I remember when she was telling us that when she was trying to do the first tutorial, and she was kind of looking down into the mirror and to film it, and it was getting really tricky. Yeah, do you know what? Whiskey cures everything, Mrs. Mercury. It was my nana's go-to for everything. Yeah, do you know that's what I did, Frida? It was I had hot water. You know, he made me laugh though, because he said, "What do you want? A double in it or a sing?" I was like, "Yeah, a double." Double my arse. It was like a third of a big mug full. So, but yeah, that knocked me out. But yeah, I had that and a shitload of runny honey in it as well, and hot water. Just gets you right sweat on, doesn't it? It's a bit like the Yates's Wine Lodge, you know, the Aussie White, and they make the hot blobs. That's another one that gets your sweat on. But you know, sweat it out yourselves. So yeah, so can I ask your opinions? Do you think that because I obviously don't, you know, I think we're known for being a pretty light-hearted channel here. And I'd kind of like to keep that vibe. So I'm just wondering what you think about me covering Suzanne Capper, because there isn't any way that can be, you can't lighten that up in any way, shape, or form. You know, there's no softening the edges of it. It's a nightmare of a story. As I said, I think Danny, if I know you, if you're still listening, you may be driving or whatever, Danny. But yeah, please look into that Suzanne Capper, the Chucky Killer, or the Chucky Killers. I just think it's a story worth covering. But she does deserve a voice, Mrs. Mercury. The only thing is, and I'll be honest with you, you may actually hear me crying, and there are very few people who ever hear me cry. But yeah, I thought it's something that will make me bawl. I'll cry over animals, but I very rarely cry over people. And my God, did I cry. I think it's quite easy when you're relaying a story you don't really humanize it. And I did with this. So, yeah. I might go and have a watch of that Emma one that Bedtime Clown mentioned and see how she covered it. See how she likes it. Having said that, you all know that I've already said I was thinking of doing it, so whatever. Up your bum with a wire brush, Emma. Oh, thanks for that, Frida. Thank you for that. Oh, you'll never guess what. Oh, this. Now, I know Lady Witch will tell me to, like, chill the fuck out when she, if she replays this and hears it. But you'll never guess what Porky has got for the ghost hunts. I'll let you guess in chat. If I were to say when this arrived, I was like, what the fuck? And do not think I'm going to be using that. What do you think it was? Please don't anybody say a 12-inch black dildo, because Mrs. Mercury, you got it in one. It's got a Ouija board. I was like, no chance. It's like, it's a game. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it is. It's a child's game. No, it's not. So, I know. Well, the thing is, Frida, I had to just get it out there because I thought some smart ass will say, if I've said, I looked at it and said, no way will I be using that, someone will be thinking, dildo. Hey, can I ask you, Frida, have you been to Newgrange? Just thought I'd just check that one. I know there's a little bit of a delay here, so I'll leave that one with you for a moment. I've been looking at different sites. It was initially marketed as a child games. I'd be too scared to use it. Mrs. Mercury, I ain't using it. No way. No way, no how. And I think I'd be inclined to say to him, and it also isn't coming in the house. Frida, it's in Ireland somewhere. I think it might be in North Ireland. It's the big, huge burial chamber, and certain times of the year, I think it's like winter solstice. The sun, it perfectly aligns and goes straight through. It's supposed to be you get a real vibrational energy boost at Newgrange. So I just thought I would check if you've been, people go on about Stonehenge and, about the vibrational, or the vibrations that are there, and and other significant sites. I think Aylesbury as well. And Newgrange is one of those. I think it's in Northern Ireland. I know it's definitely in Ireland anyway, but it's the Newgrange burial chamber. I suppose similar to the one that, do you remember me telling you all that tale when my bloody mate closed the door on me? That one up in Scotland. They were selling them in the pound shop here, but there are a lot of what Ouija boards, Frida? Oh, you see that? Oh, now who was I talking to about it? About me. Oh, it might have been Mrs. Mercury about Dale Macon doing and Justin doing the Ouija series on the Paranormal Truth channel, and they kind of debunked it. But even so, I wouldn't. No, Mrs. Mercury, I wouldn't either. Were you raised Catholic by any chance, Mrs. M? You see, I just wondered because it's like a massive no-no with Catholics, isn't it? And as you know, I was raised a Catholic. But let me just have a little look back through the chat. I've not missed anything. No, but you see, when I brought it up, and I remember Lady Witch going on about, mentioning it, and Burren Witch actually. Oh, has anybody heard from Burren? I've not seen her around for a bit. Used to go to Sunday school. The Exorcist put me off. Oh, that film. Oh my. Oh, my dad. My dad had a video of that director's cut video in a big fancy box, and we put it on. Shit, oh no, awful, 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 awful. It gave me damn nightmares, that did. No, I think I'm trying to think when I saw Burren last. It might, to be honest, I think it might have been when she came on the live in here. I don't think I've seen her back in since. Because I was thinking, oh shit, I hope I've not. Hope I didn't put her off by doing the live. But she had said that she would, she would definitely come back and do another. So I must admit, I like having Tismy Denny up on panel. She just makes me laugh. It's a lot easier when you've got somebody else up because you can have a bit of a chit chat and and then talk about a case or a mystery or something and then go back to chit chat and laughing. But I really enjoyed it when Denny came up last. Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember now. But yeah. No, the Exorcist, it was that voice, that was coming out of the little girl. And I'll tell you what else did me as well, Frida. Where the priest, he was looking and he got that flash of the demon face, that white with the black. Oh, look at that. The minute I said demon, stop it, you. Stop it. That shit me up. Was Burren Witch the one who had a son? No, that was Julia, bedtime clown. Were you in? And he was talking about him and his mate both had the burn marks on the back of the necks following a Lost Time episode, which they think's possibly been an abduction. It did me, my son and daughter laughed, saying it was rubbish. I was horrified. Yes. No, absolutely shit me up. Okay, I wasn't chatting but was listening. Yeah, it was Julia. But I know that she was saying they'd come up again, so that would be really good because I want to hear about that Lost Time thing, because wasn't he saying that his friend did he kill himself or he ended up in a mental institution. It was, and the thing is, Bedtime, where that's happened is where you know, when we did about the talking about the alien abductions, Todmorden and the police. Oh, what's his name? Alan Godfrey. You know, it's all in that area. That's where Porky and I went, where I broke my car, where the bloody boot nearly got dragged off. Yeah, I really hope they both come up, Frida. It was really interesting. Really interesting. I just realised I hadn't changed my name from the last time. The thirst is real. Oh, here she is. Speak of the devil, and up she pops. Hiya, Julia. Well, there you go, guys and gals. The lady herself. Well, we definitely have to have a proper sort out, Julia, of getting you to come up again with a few more stories, or seeing whenever your son's around. There's Julia. Yeah, her ears must have been burning. Isn't that funny, that same saying? You say that in America as well. It's one of those, isn't it? You know, you think, oh yeah, so Julia said it as well. Ears are burning. You think, do you think that was a European phrase that carried over the Atlantic to America? I like it when you've got you know, sayings are similar no matter where you are, and they're the same, or they translate more or less the same. Very much so. Since I can remember. Yeah, it's like sometimes I'll say something and it's because obviously there's a lot of Irish people in and out of the chat, Frida being one of them, and Burren Witch. And I said something that my nan had said, and I remember Burren saying, oh yeah, I grew up with, you know, the superstitions like having magpies landing on the roof and my nan throwing a shoe at a magpie to get it to bugger off. You know, weird things like that. Whenever there was thunder and lightning, she always used to turn the mirrors to face the wall, and things like don't look into a mirror in the dark or you'll see old Nick appear over your shoulder. You know, weird things. So I think when I've rested up my voice, I'm thinking tomorrow I might do a couple of hours on this whole but y'all probably don't have does a bear shit in the woods. Well, we say it, but we don't have any over here bedtime anymore. I think the last bears in England, was it about the 17th century? I think 16th or 17th century since we've had wild bears. So yeah, so tomorrow, I think I'm going to cover this drama in the Dogman community and the story that's causing all this controversy, because it's dead interesting. It's really interesting story. Actually, not even a story. It's the death of a 13-year-old child. It is Dogman related. There's the usual, what appears to be cover up. There is the involvement of Special Forces stroke CIA. There's stories of, well, stories being changed. So initial stories are put out there by the local sheriff's office, then retracted, you know, days or two later, and then something completely different being put out there. Very similar to what have happened with other cases. You know, the cases I was talking about when I was on the last time, the different dogmen, the deaths by strange animals. I bet they don't have this saying in US. My gran used to say it. Ear all and say nout, sup all and pay nout, and if the does out for nout, do it for the sen. Yes. I didn't really do the accent proper. Let me try it again. Ear all and say nout, sup all and pay nout, and if the does out for nout, do it for the sen. How was that? We have does a rocking horse shit. Brought some Mayflowers into the house, my mum. When I was little, she went ballistic, said it was bad luck and threw them out. I was devastated. Oh, I've not heard of that. Now, Sid, that sounds more Yorkshire than Lancashire. Was your mum from Yorkshire? One of my granddads, he used to say, God's good to gobbins, basically meaning that, you know, simple folk, you know, if you're a bit thick, rather than saying, oh, do you know, Jesus, you're a stupid mother. There's drama everywhere, even the knitting community, very boring. Oh, benign. Benign, I think. Let me try. Yeah. There you go. Oh, from Barrow. Ma'am. Well, it's funny because Porky, because he's from Rossendale originally. So when he's talking to his mum on the phone, I like listening to it. It's like, hiya, ma'am, you all right, ma'am? Oh, autocorrect is a bag of shit. I'm trying to think of some of the funny sayings that I've had. No, I can't even think of any at the moment. I'll save those for another day. I'm actually going to put your Pictionary version of benign up because it did make me chuckle. That did then. There we go. It's weird, isn't it, that everybody wants the drama. Bloody knitting community. But yeah, this Dogman stuff, it's so funny. Well, like I said, it's funny as in funny in disbelief funny. You know, like creators getting really precious over content, and then other creators are trying to, because they were obviously wanted to be the first to put something out and were beaten to it, are then just kind of slating. But the really weird thing is they're not naming each other, but you know who they are. So they're like, I'm not going to name this creator, but he's the only one who's doing it. And then they're having a dig. Oh, God. It's so funny. My daughter laughs because she says when you haven't seen someone for a long time, the first thing people as is, how's your mum? Yeah. How's your mum? Sid, your head's cut is one we have here in Belfast. See, I like the good old, the Scottish ones. It's a pity Cassius isn't here tonight because I could have got. I love the ones when, that you can really insult somebody with, and they haven't got a clue because you it's like a Scottish phrase. They haven't got a damn clue what you've said to them. I'm serious about the knitting drama. It's like watching a bunch of overly medicated zombies barely argue. Picture Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh lodging a complaint against the creator. I don't know what's funnier though, bedtime. The fact that there's drama in the knitting community, or the fact that you've actually watched the knitting community knitting. Are you a secret knitter? If my gran was talking about someone with her mates, I'd ask who they were talking about, and she'd say Ricky the Fiber. Oh, Sid, do you know what? We've had the same where I grew up, but they don't say Ricky, they call it Ickit the Fire Bobby. So that must be, well, wherever that came from. But yeah, Ickit the Fire Bobby. So it's very similar. Because I still call firemen fire bobbies. My feed is fucked up, man. I'll watch just about anything. I'll be honest with you though, I've been like that while I've been lying in bed. Because Porky's been bollocking me, he kept going, "What? Shut your, why are your eyes not shut?" It made me stay in bed. It'd be good to have a chat with saints from different places and countries. Yes, Frida, we can do that. All come with your best sayings and your best phrases. I mean, the ones that, and I can't remember. There was a creator. I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. And I went in and I had a bit of, because the funny thing is, although I now speak with an English accent in my head, I'm still talking with a Scottish one. So sometimes I'll type stuff. I think I remember on about it with Cassius, he picked up on it. I'll type things as though I'm talking full blown Scottish, but it's what's in my head. And I cannot remember who it was, and they were talking absolute gash. So I basically just typed in and just put your bums out the window. If I go, I'll type it, and then you can see what I mean. So yeah, I put that one in, and there were people just. I think did you know they might have been American actually? And there's people going, "What's that? What's that? What language is that? What?" I thought basically it means you're talking shite. Another one I remember is where there's muck, there's brass. Yes, Frida, I've heard that one. Out for now, yes. If our parents wanted to sneak out, they would say, "Gonna see a man about a dog, but never come home with one." Do you know what, Juliet? My granddad, he used to make me laugh. He'd get you to go to the shop for him. He'd go to the shop for, go for your old granddad. He'd give you like whatever money it was for your little, going for the messages for him. Go to the shop for your old granddad. He said, when you get me bits, he said, you'll never see what I'll give you. We always got that. You'll never see what I'll give you. And we'd run to the shop and we'd come back, and he never gave us anything. So we never saw what he'd give you, but he made you think you were going to get a treat. The two I have the hardest time understanding is Cassis and Solange. Vicky has to translate for me because she lived over there for a few years. Yeah. I don't have a problem with Scottish accents at all. And the faster the better sometimes as well. Having said that, anybody who knows Glasgow, it's there is there are a couple of areas of Glasgow that are known for the thick accent. Govan and Milton. And I've got cousins living in both of those areas. They are pretty rough as well, rough areas. Did anybody used to watch? Here's one for you. But I was just going to say, Mrs. Mercury, that's one for Bedtime Clown to look up. There was a comedy series over here called Rabsy Nesbitt, and they lived in Govan. That's how my cousins talk. Oh, do you know, Mrs. Mercury, I used to love that. I will tell you this. I will tell you this. Didn't that young one, the one who played, you know, the midget who played the youngest son, didn't he get done for being a kiddie fiddler? Or have I got that wrong? I'm sure there's something about him. The one who used to wear the headband all the time. I can picture if Cassis and I hung out in real life, you'd get so sick of me asking what. Yeah, Mary Hen. I worked with a girl from Glasgow. I had to translate it for my boss. He couldn't understand a word she was saying. Love all the accents in the UK. Yes. Well, this is it. This is what makes, you know, individuals. Do you know what I love? I absolutely adore the Geordie accent. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, I found. Do any of you remember me telling? Well, I had that conversation with Cassius about the little butty shop in Johnson's Terrace in Edinburgh, and he went to, and it had a funny name, and he went to go and film himself outside it, and it's closed down and gone. Well, I found the photograph of it, of me and my friend. Yeah, I can't remember either, Mrs. Mercury. It was something to do with him. Uncle P said, basically Uncle Pauline. It was. Yeah, she did. Yeah, on New Year's Eve, and said, "See you next Tuesday" a lot. That was funny, New Year's Eve, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. Yeah, we call her Uncle P. She was very naughty, Frida. It was a funny night. Calling everybody a cunt. And then got me a bath because I had to take it down. That live. Yeah, I got copyright strikes in it, and then for the swearing, I think because I hadn't tagged it as because you have to say whether it's suitable for children or not, haven't you? And I think I'd said it was. Anyway, whichever, it's had to go. But yeah, when she was doing all the accents, she's great. She has fallen out with me though for moving house. She was telling me before that she misses me. We spoke this morning on the phone. She said, "I miss you." I said, "Well, you're not made of wood, are you?" I did that though, right? Bearing in mind, I'm obviously like almost on my deathbed. Okay, not that I'm being dramatic or anything, but you know, I'm kind of almost on my deathbed. No, it wasn't suitable for children, Frida. I felt awful. Must be a bit of old school because I cringe when I hear that word used in front of women. No, it's It's right, Sid. It's one of those words. My dad will say that word, say that word, say that word all the time. However, if he hears it said and there are women around, he'll go absolutely bananas. Obviously, I was saying it then just to repeat what I'd got said, but I think it's people. It's more acceptable by people to be said by people down south, though, Sid. I don't know if you've noticed, because obviously Denny is from down south. Pauline, Uncle P, is from London. My friend Tina, she's the same. It's every other word. And the very first time I heard it, and I'm like, oh, you can't say that. You can't. You can't. And she was like, "Why not?" I said, "Because you can't say that. Even men don't really say that up here. Not that I've heard." And she said it's more, like, "Oh, Nuff in the house after we've been talking about you. Evening all. I've just bloody woke up, nodded off about 8. Now I'll be wider bloody wake again. Oh, lovely to see you, chicken." I only came on, what time did I come on? About an hour ago, something like that, hour and a half ago. I hadn't had any notification. Bam was live. So I came on because I've been dying for a week of illness. Yeah, I was just about to say when you came in then. Yeah, that's right, Sid. It's just I couldn't get it through to him saying you can't say that. And she said, "Well, you say twat." I went, "Yeah, that seems to be more acceptable up here, whereas the C word is more acceptable down south." But yeah, what I was going to say was, so I'm lying in bed, obviously, and I'm on my on my deathbed, and I was all curled up, and Porky got in bed at the side of me, and he went, "Night, night," and give me a kiss on the top of my head, and I'm trying to keep my germs away from him. I'm curled up in a ball, and he went, "Love you." So instead of me saying "love you" back, I went, "You're not made of wood, are you?" And he went, "What did you say?" And I started laughing, choking and laughing. He said, "What did you say? No, tell me." I said, "I just said to you, you're not made of wood." And because I hadn't said "love you" back, and I took the piss, he farted on me. I can't believe he did. He actually trumped on me. Yeah, you're right, Mrs. Mercury. It's become more acceptable, isn't it? Hey, clown, you was the last person I spoke to. Was that in Robbie? Oh, I don't know what Robbie is. Uh, that's where it was. Not. I was trying to remember earlier. I've missed all the tubes and dramas and all sorts of stuff. I tell you what, though, I did see something pretty effing hideous. Oh, Save Robbie. Oh, okay. His thank you bedtime. Yeah, I realised then when I was like, oh, who are we on about? It's because I don't really watch all the different channels, isn't it? I just kind of stick to certain topics and um but I did hear that Robbie is he the president of the Mrs. Portland fan club? And I'm just gonna say that and not say anything else apart from what the fuck. Oh dear me. He's taking a big bite going on about a fake baby. Oh, I don't know about fake babies. Oh, enough, dear me. That's one thing I'm going to stay well away from. You see, I miss all of this 'cause I end up then having to ask, don't I? What fake babies and what's this and what's that and what's the other and who? Anyway, enough. Tell us. Oh, hang on. I hope for his sake he's right and doesn't end up looking like a fool. The drama at the moment is enough. You know what? Because I'm not going to go through it all again, but I I haven't been well for a week, for the past week. So, and for the past 3-4 days, I've just spent them in bed, as you can probably hear with my chest being a bit shit. So I've been hearing things, you know, stuff coming up in recommended, not because I don't follow half these people. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Apparently, Jessica with a K is faking having a baby. I don't even know who that is. It's disgusting. My mate used to get 2 bacon butters at breakfast time, and if questioned, he'd say, "Empty sacks don't stand up." Oh, well, there's one said when if ever you see anybody with the fly undone, we had 2 phrases. Well, both of them were my dad's. He'd either say, "Dead birds don't drop out of nests," or he'd go, "The cage is open, but the beast is asleep." uh, oh, okay, okay. What do you want me to tell? What do I want you to tell me? I can't even remember. Enough. Just how things are going. How's you? Because I'd mentioned you when I came online, and I was saying, "Oh, I've not seen enough for ages." I know, like you kind of popped in last week and just said hello, but you were busy. So yeah. So it's like, how's your life? How's everything going? And I hope everything's been wonderful. And have you been off in your van? I've just it's cold down south. Oh, let me just see if I've. It's cold down south. It's warm up here in the north. Right, yeah. So, no, I've just seen little bits and pieces. All the people who were friends now aren't friends, and all the backstabbing and the bloody shite and oh God, let's change a few allegiances, shall we? All that kind of shit. And thanks, busy with work, rejigging the van up at Goosner next week. Oh, lovely. Oh, well, I hope the weather's all right for you, enough. You'd have to, have you seen the thatched village? Old Nell's thatched village? That's really nice to visit. It pissed it down here as well, Sid. It was a bit shit this morning, then it kind of dried up a little bit, and then it went shitty again. It's not. It's north of Preston. It's kind of in between Preston and Blackpool. So you're not that far away. It's on the Leeds Liverpool. Is it on the Leeds Liverpool Canal or the Lancaster Canal? I think it's the Leeds. Oh, it might be on the Lancaster Canal, near Myerscough. And it's a pub, and it's like a restaurant and what have you, and you can actually stay there as well. But it's all thatched. But they do every year they do the Guinness and Oyster Festival. But it's quite a pretty place, to sit and have a drink at the side of the canal, if that is your desire. Oh man. Sorry if there's a friend. Yeah, it's just a nice, pretty, picturesque kind of place. Nuff. I'm wanting to get put. That's it, guys. Thatched Hamlet. There you go. I'm sorry, Nuff. I called it Nell's. Yeah, isn't it? Is it old Nell's? The pub there? But yeah, it's Guy's Thatched Hamlet. Nuff. Take no notice of me because I'm high on fucking Lemsip. No, he's not my friend. I don't know him at all. Don't communicate other than saying hi in his chat or others. The weather was terrible here in Belfast yesterday and today. The Belfast Marathon was on. I see them all running past the front of where I live. One guy was running with an acoustic guitar. Really? I bet he wasn't playing it though, eh? I watched I've been watching little bits and pieces on the Johnny Depp trial. I don't know what if any of you have been watching it or keeping up with it, or if it's been of any interest to you. And I will just say, and I've already commented on like the Law and Crime Network on some of their videos, but I fully support Johnny Depp. I think Amber Heard is a snake with tits, and yeah, it is, isn't it? Nuff. Oh, have your bedtime? Oh, brilliant. You see, I watched it all when it was the case over here. I don't know how he lost that. I really don't. Just absolutely justice for Johnny Nuff all the way. And so I was like flicking through to watch again. I've been doing this while I've been in bed to watch some of the trial and came across. Well, it's not the same case, but even so, it's just the fact that he didn't. He should have won. He should have won that here. She's a lying cow. Yeah, but it was suing the Sun, but it was based on the shit she'd come out with. And oh, and do you know what I loved as well? The fact that when he turned up, he brought gifts for everybody. And I remember there was one guy, he put a video up. I think it got taken down. He put the video up on Twitter. I pissed myself. He did it on Periscope and then uploaded it to his Twitter. She is a nasty cow, Nuff. She's a vile bitch. I love Johnny Depp. And he's filming at the courts, and some guy was standing there going, as she gets out the car, Amber, we love you. And this guy's filming on his Periscope, and he went, I don't fucking love you, you whore. I was like, that's brilliant, thank you. Because her face, and you could see her face, he'd zoom right in on her because she was like grin, and then her face froze. I don't like her. I think she's a tramp. I think she married him to get wherever she wanted to get to, and he outlived his usefulness. I just wish that he'd shit on her head while she was asleep. I disagree. The Sun wasn't responsible for her disinformation. He should have taken her to court here first, although the UK case may have been strategic. I don't know. Well, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe the thing is, though, I suppose it depends where he was more likely. How much was he trying to sue for over here? Because it may have been, like you say, it could have been a little, dip your toe in the water, see what this support. You might lose it, but lose a battle to win the war, maybe. No, I've not said. Is it good? He was with Vanessa for 14 years and been known her for 4 years. Neither of these women have anything to say against him. You're right, Frida, they haven't. Not a single one of his employees. Nobody says a thing. Giving up his spare time. And look at that as well. She'd pledged all this money to go to charity. He ended up paying, was it $3.5 million or something, as a charitable donation for her? She's a skank. Have you heard him? Has anybody watched the film Chocolat? And he plays the one of the gypsies who lives on the boat. 100,000. Also worth losing that one then, just to see what the court of public opinion would say. Or you're a big Bowie fan. Generally don't like Bowie covers. Do you know, there aren't many Bowie songs I like, but I love Gasoline. Love it. Right, well, do you know the bit where they're on the boat and Johnny Depp's playing the guitar? That's actually Johnny Depp playing the guitar. I think the song that I love, I think it's called Minor Swing. And he actually played that for the soundtrack. I was like, oh my God, he's so talented. She is bedtime. The thing is, though, I don't think she's that hard nosed. I don't think she'd give a shit what people think of her. She really doesn't care because she thinks she's so much better than everybody else. And she's not. Tramp. I hope she gets piles. Not just any old piles, a big ass bunch of dangleberries. Proper bunch of arse grapes. Try wearing a bikini in them, bitch. But anyway. God, can you imagine me if I really was on my deathbed? The curses I'd be handing out. And I'll curse you, and I'll curse you. Oh, and I'll curse you. I think she had a fling with Elon Musk and he paid $500,000 on her behalf to the charities she was supposed to donate. Yeah. Have you heard the latest rumour that people are reckoning that her and Elon Musk had frozen embryos and that this kid of hers is He's an amazing guitarist. He plays in a band called Hollywood Vampires. Do you know what? I've heard the Hollywood Vampires. I've heard some of their stuff, really good, and it's not generally my type of music, but definitely the way he plays the Spanish guitar, beautiful. Did you hear that as well? Bedtime. Yeah, because this kid suddenly appeared. Apparently, when they were splitting up, there was arguing over who was getting to. I think, didn't they say Elon Musk wanted the embryos destroyed and she didn't? Elon Musk versus Johnny Depp. What the fuck? I know, nuff. I mean, sorry, Elon, but your name is shit, and Yeah. I mean, somebody called Elon. I wouldn't think they're going to be the best shag in the world. Elon. Do it to me, Elon. Oh, yes, Elon. Harder, Elon. Whereas, Johnny, I mean, yeah, go on, Johnny. Give it to me, Johnny. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Elon. Oh, dear me. Oh, he's not going to testify, is he not? Right. Little shit. And what's his name? Franco as well. Do you know what? I reckon she was. I think there'll be more. Let's put it that way. More like, give me my fucking finger back, you cunt. Well, I'm sorry, but I reckon that poor Johnny would have had to tie 2 planks to his feet. Yeah, that's it exactly. Enough. I think she's put it about. She's been giving it away. Yeah, funny like a windsock. No. Do you know though? My brother said this. Now I don't know what you all think, but he said, "I don't think I'd ever want to date an actress." I was like, "Right, okay. Is there any particular reason?" And he went, "Well, yeah." He said, "Because they're an actress, aren't they?" He said, "You're never gonna know if you are actually as good in bed as you really think you are if they're a good actress." I'm like, I think you're a little bit too paranoid, mate. Don't go with an actress then. But yeah, I reckon they were asking how the butler found the finger wrapped in papers on the floor. I mean, she probably took it from him. Yeah, she probably did. And do you know what? She probably did that so that he would never be able to play the guitar properly again. I'm going to have to go. The gremlins will be up at dawn's crack tomorrow. I'm off to dream about Freddie. Good night to you all. Oh, night, Mrs. Mercury. Thanks for coming in, sweetheart. I'm probably not going to be that much longer because my throat is dying at the moment, but I will come on tomorrow at some point and we'll go through the whole drama on the Dogman community, which is quite funny. So you sleep well. Enjoy your morning with the gremlins. Nighty nighty. All women are good actors. Just saying. Oh yeah, absolutely. Enough. We can all at some point in our lives, even if it's only once, we could have got an Oscar. Whenever that once was, who can say? But we've all been worthy of at least one Oscar in our lifetimes. Ah, dreaming about Freddie. Porky's daughter, who's only a mere sweet 12 years of age, loves Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury, the Beatles. She's all into all old school. All the old tunes. She called him and his band a bunch of boring old men sitting around playing guitar. Yeah, she just wanted his attention non-stop. Said usually when you say that was great. No, the best the best acting is when you go, "What's up, love?" Nothing. That nothing. That's where we deserve our Oscars. I lived next door to, oh God, I've got to be careful what I say now in case she listens. I was living at some point in the past next door to a thespian, and thespian's partner. And I'm pretty sure I may have, please stop me, did I? Have I told you guys about this? When I got them to move their bed? I just don't want to repeat a story I've already said. But she was acting. It was not right. It was not accurate. And she was acting. And if you had seen her husband, you'd understand why I'm saying that. She wanted his money. She tried to blackmail next door to him. They have actual recordings of that. She's just a worm, an absolute worm. Is it true? Did she make a play for Jason Momoa? Not that I can, as much as I can't stand the bitch, can't blame her. He's a bit like gorgeousness on legs. However, if he's with he's a married man, he's out of bounds. But yeah, I keep hearing and seeing little snippets that she'd made a play for Jason Momoa and caused shit between him and his wife. That's good to know, Frida. The Queen and the Beatles seem to be they're having like a massive resurgence with that age group for some reason. I think the Beatles, because of, have you seen the film Yesterday? We watched it a few weeks ago. It's absolutely brilliant. So I can understand that, bringing the Beatles back into popularity. But yeah, Queen is becoming a real thing. Don't know if that's true, but he did ghost her on social media, and that's having a fallout of his own. Well, I did hear that he'd ghosted her, and he also followed Johnny Depp, didn't he, in the last week, which pissed her off, apparently. Because there's been a lot of talk since the court case over here of her being fucked off for Aquaman 2. Because weren't they were trying to get Emilia, what's her name? Emilia, who played Daenerys Targaryen in Game of Thrones. Is it Clark? On about getting her to play the part. Thank you, Nuff Nuff. Yeah, I thought it was her. I like her. She made me laugh when she was on, I think it was the Graham Norton show, and Matt LeBlanc had been in the green room prior to the show, and she got all like starstruck over him. And she was admitted to Graham Norton that she couldn't speak to him, because he was like Joey Tribbiani in her head. So when he came out, and she just went to him, "Can you please ask me how I'm doing?" So that Jodie went, "How you doing?" I thought, oh, she's great. She's just normal. Missing Me Before You. I haven't Nuff Nuff. Is it any good? I've seen it advertised, but I've not actually watched it. I'm just, for anybody, I'll just make a little announcement as well. For anybody who is wanting to get into some drama, as you can see on the screen, Apparently, there is drama in the knitting community on YouTube, so feel free to go over there and have a little look. Liven up your nights if you feel so inclined. Oh, she's fantastic. Oh, I'll have a look at that. Nuff, nuff, thank you. Said I'd always LPs, lent them to a boyfriend, then I dumped him. Was feeling too guilty to ask for them back. Was only a teenager then. Oh, oh, that's a shame, Frida. And who was that? Was that Freddie Mercury? Bedtime, or if you need to be bored to sleep. No, if I need to be bored to sleep, I'll go and watch Dirty D. That's like watching shit stink. I love that's another one of my dad's phrases. You know, when you say it's about as interesting as watching paint dry, he says it's as interesting as watching shit stink. I can't believe she's still a thing. Oh, well, I got sent a clip the other day. She was apparently going off on JC. I'm like, ooh, sail close to the wind, bitch. I, no, oh, David Bowie. Oh, okay. Thanks, Frida. Yeah, it's she kidded us all, nuff nuff. She had us all fooled. Devious one, that. Yeah, dragged us all. She can fuck off. I think her version of dragging is just to keep screeching and talking as fast as you can, as loud as you can, without anybody else getting a fucking word in edgewise. Big difference that, and also having your finger over the mute button on YouTube. Big difference to actually seeing somebody face to face in the street, but you know, whatever. Talk a glass eye to sleep. Yeah. Oh, what's the other one as well? Bore a fly off a bucket of. Mine always seem to relate to shite, don't they? Bore a fly off a bucket of shite. Yeah, bedtime snorathy. Yeah, the Beantown foghorn. I see. Just the thing is, though, do you know what? There are still a couple of people, nice people, who are like following her, and I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, I know that you're nice, decent, genuine people. Walk the fuck away. Like, seriously, walk away. Checks nothing, confirms nothing, gets an idea in her head, runs with it, and that screaming fit that she had, the I can't even do it because of my throat being so bad, but demanding to have a phone call played for her that didn't actually exist anyway. I was just like, you've lost the plot. Talk about completely schizo. I'm just, I don't know if anybody else feels the same, but it actually makes me cringe to think I was ever actually associated with that channel. Went in a live once or twice, but she called all BAM subs rats, so never been back. Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, Sid, we weren't all the rats when she had no fucking followers and she had everybody modding for her. Oh, what was that with Jura Nuff Nuff? Frida, I never liked the way she talked over people. It's all supported her when she first started a channel. Then she called you rats. What the fuck? I know. And the thing is, when that was going on, I actually wasn't online at the time. So when I came back, this had all kind of gone on. I had like stuff was going on at home. And then I'm hearing it. I was like, what? And then I went in. I was like, oh, hello, my wrenches got fuck off. And I never bothered going in. Just didn't. I was like, nah, bollocks to you. Unsubbed, ta-ra. See you in the fog. I mean, I'm sorry if it's going to offend anybody because I don't know what Nuff Nuff's about to say with Jura, but I don't trust that one either. When she threw a temper tantrum, cut Jura's live stream, spat up her own on her clapback. Oh, I didn't know about that. But that Jura one, apparently slating her and, coming up on other people's channels and calling her rotten. She refused to call her out on the appalling behaviour that she now doesn't like. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, enough. You've took the words out of my mouth. She is a snake. She can change her name as many times as she likes. Absolute rotten snake. She was there encouraging and enabling and all the rest of it. Didn't see her jump into your defence when fucking Gobshite was trying to jump and upsetting you that night. The turd. I was so mad, nuff because obviously I only watched that on a replay. I was fucking furious. How these people don't see that she doesn't know any backstories and fishes for it is beyond me. Then again, there's a sucker born every minute. There is. Yeah, I got a son months ago. I didn't nuff, unfortunately. Because I tend to take people at face value. She had I'm not going to mention names, but somebody had mentioned her. When she came in calling Bam, you mean? Yeah, I think it was Nuff, and you were. She was on about you. No, hang on a minute. No, she was asking. The bit I saw was she was asking you or going on at you about Claire. It was the whole Claire Morgan thing. And it was like she'd got you up as a setup, and it was fucking ugly. So me and Bam were talking about it almost a year ago. Yeah, she was sussed out. It was brought to my attention, and I was like, really? Oh, I thought she really liked it. No. The person I was talking with was saying, no, she's a boring bastard. She can't come up with any content. She's too lazy, hasn't got the initiative, hasn't got the intelligence. It's just far easier for her to make a quick buck by copying other people's content. And it's the same content again and again and again and again for hours at a time. And I was like, okay. I felt really stupid because I just hadn't kind of twigged. And then obviously it all went Pete tongue. Pam was very kind to when she first started up a channel. She was, Frida. She was. Now it's just she's slagging off everybody and anybody that was ever good to her from the start, and suckholing up the arseholes of the people who she spent months dragging on her own channel. If that doesn't tell you. And then has the audacity to start talking about people flip-flopping. Hello. I just like, really? As I said, I don't normally bother with this shit, but because I've been lying in bed bored, I didn't want to watch the telly. So I've watched shit on YouTube that I wouldn't normally watch. I mean, so, you know, sometimes she says and does some stuff, and I just think, are you not unrestricted internet use? You know, who gave you the password? Because it's just deranged, absolutely deranged. You know, we've all got cross with people. You know, you all heard me getting cross at that fat blubber with her fucking lies, saying that everybody had sent you know, threatening emails to her, and then going, but I need to get their email addresses first. And I lost it with her, as you remember. However, I didn't scream and rant and rave like that. I kept my composure. The day I scream and rant and rave like that, please, one of you give my head a wobble, because that is just not how you conduct yourself on a public, you know, on a platform such as this. She's got absolutely zero class. You know what I don't get? No, go on, bedtime. What don't you get, Chuck? Nothing says she's joined with NC to get subs, and surprised and see has anything to do with it. Well, she won't, will she? After a while, she'll serve a purpose. And Dirty D falls out with people more often than I have had hot dinners. Every week, oh my, love you, bitch, you're my best friend. Oh, I think the world of this one. We talk on the phone every day, bitch, I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch. 2 days later, you're a snake. You fucking snake. You fucking snake. Yeah, but the thing is, though, Nuff, it's different, isn't it? It's how you are as a person. You know, she's just trash. You know, everybody's entitled to a free pass, but she's no. Let's have a look. I don't understand. I don't understand how in the heck no one is saying Natasha is responsible for Mariah's diary getting posted. If I'm not mistaken, the only diary that should be getting read is your fucking own by you. Oh, I don't know about a diary bedtime. I don't know what that is, love. Okay, slagging off every Tom, Dick and Harry, poaching subs, the list is endless. Oops, we might find these comments on her channel. Am I worried? No, neither am I, Frida. And if you're watching, go fuck yourself. I really don't care. I just feel sorry for the people who are still in your chat, who are actually nice people, decent people, and are just getting tarnished. Photocopied and shared in a group chat. Oh my goodness, that's awful. My defence, it's usually because I'm firing back allegations from trash like that. Oh well, there we go. It's another one I can, you know, we want to talk about flip-floppers. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times was she banned from that chat. And then the next time you go in, she's there again and banned, and there again and banned, and there again and banned. I think there were 3 of them, weren't there, that were constantly in and out and in and out, like a bloody Ouija on a honeymoon. It was Saggy, Meg Healy, and Ivor. Was it Ivor? No. I think. Oh, Hang on, I might be. I can't remember now. It was definitely Saggy and Meg Healy. I think the fact that somebody is showing diaries and the thing is, it's not just about diaries, is it? It's not just about it. It just, to me, shows that there is absolutely no loyalty. It's like when they say, you know, no loyalty amongst thieves. Make of that what you will. You know, I there are people that I have fallen out with, and I'm not just talking little minor falling out. I'm talking big fuck off, end of the world drama, falling out. I wouldn't even spit on your grave level event. But I have never, ever repeated shit that was said to me by, it's really one person, not on YouTube. This is in real life. Horrible, horrible bastard. I wouldn't give her the steam off me piss. If she was burning, I wouldn't even piss down her throat. That's what I think of this one. She's a turd. However, she has told me something that when she told it to me, I said, yeah, on my life, I will never repeat that. So just because we've fallen out, that doesn't negate the vow I made to never repeat what she'd just told me. And that's how I was brought up. And the same thing should go on here. If somebody tells you something and you know, you accept that in a confidence, or you tell them and they promise you a confidence, then it doesn't matter what transpires after that. You keep that. Or is that just me? You know, have I just been brought up differently? You're just right. I know you want to ignore them, but sometimes you just have to defend yourself. You absolutely do, Frida. I'd say 100% responsible for that. Adopted daughter can't even trust with her hate. Oh, is it a daughter? Oh, I didn't. Like I said, I don't watch bedtime, so I don't really know. You know, I'll get snippets from you guys. I mean, I think she's not somebody that I would watch. However, I did watch when she did that. You know, when they did the arts and crafts on the knicker gussets, and I can't remember. Somebody had told me it was on, and I thought, I just went to have a look, and I must admit, I laughed my arse off. It was really funny, but probably because I don't know any backstories of that person and what goes on that channel, and you know, with other channels. But and I think that's where I've been in quite a privileged position, I suppose, purely because I'm not as well up on who all the different players are within this area of YouTube, maybe. Have a little look. No, most of the time. Yeah, and he put a diary in a group chat, like, and read it out. He's just as bad. See, I don't know him either. This is where I feel quite, like I said, I'm feeling quite privileged because I don't know who these people are. And I've not had to, you know, I don't have to entertain them, or the only bind is when I'm having to say to you guys, oh, well, what's this and who's that and who's done what. So it must be a little bit tedious for you all. So I do apologise for that bit. Talking of liking, have you seen his latest? But again, I don't know who he is. Nuff. I don't watch. I watch others and clip channels. I can't watch her abuse others and self-destruct, although I do enjoy watching a train wreck. Karma had bitten that bitch in the ass already. Can I show you? Yeah, enough. You've got a wrench for a reason, sweetheart. Like I said, anybody can share anything in here. Obviously, we don't want to see pictures of peens or the JJs. But all the mods, you can feel free to share whatever links you like. It's our channel, not my channel. But yeah, I see where you're coming from, Bedtime Clown. And I think it's, like I said, she's not a channel that I would watch, not because of, you know, of any history or what she has or hasn't done, because I don't know any of that. It's just because it's not my kind of a channel to watch. Obviously, I'll have to catch up on whatever this link is that you posted. Enough. I'll have to catch up on it later because I'm on my phone. So if I try to watch it, I'm going to lose my StreamYard. Oh, gosh. God. Oh, here's another one. Another good saying. While we're going on to it, Sid might know this one. It's not very PC, but just about to say my mouth's dry. My nan always used to say, oh, my mouth like an Arab's foot in desert. So if you can hear the stirring, I'm currently making myself a lemsip. Oh, what have you posted, Bedtime? Which is absolutely fine. Like I said, you can all post whatever you like. It's just that I can't see it, so you have to let me know. Oh, and there's one from Nuff as well. So 2 links for people. Oh. Oh, gosh. Driving, yeah, Gandhi's flip-flop, that's it. Mine's the fuck this cat. I don't know what that one is, but I'll watch it at a later point when I come off the live. And nothing is what we've just been talking about. The cat that knock everything off the counter. Okay. A tricky puddy tat. Oh dear. I'll have to I'm feeling left out now that I can't see it. Good boy, Cooper. I've got fuck this dog. The dog that keeps jumping up on everything. Anyway, changing the subject slightly. What are those in the UK doing tomorrow for bank holiday? Anything interesting, good, or delightful? It's a national holiday here, Bedtime Clown. So tomorrow it's May Day. So the traditional time for dancing around the maypole. He is, Frida. He's very quiet. Please don't jinx it. Little swine. So I think tomorrow I'm probably going to have a very lazy day. I might, if I feel up to it, I might take Cooper down to the beach first thing in the morning when I've sorted the horses out. Let him have a little run around. And then maybe do some shopping. Food shopping. Which I'm not dancing around my maple. No, you won't be dancing round it. Be sliding down it, won't you? Enough. I know you. Funny, you read my mind and VQ was explaining. Oh, about bank holidays. Yeah. We've got an extra one this year because it's the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Oh, and where Porky has started working, what is a maypole? It's an old pagan ritual. It's an old pagan ritual. It's probably easier to Google it. You usually dance around the maypole and you each have hold of a long cord. I can't remember the significance of it though. I don't know if anybody else can enlighten us, but I know it comes from an original pagan ritual. And also, where was it that the mummers? Oh gosh, I've forgotten what is it? Was it in Nottinghamshire or somewhere? There was some. I'm not going to let it get political. However, I am a little bit. This has been going on for centuries. They are the mummers, the black faced, and I'm sure it's something to do with the mining, I think. But this is a tradition, and there was then, oh god, I can't remember who it was, but basically they were saying it was like race misappropriation and it was racist, and it's like I got absolutely zero racial connotations to it at all. It's to do with the dust, I think it was the mine dust or something, and that's normally a traditional dance or act out that happens over the May holidays. So I don't know whether that has been stopped for this year. I'm pretty sure it was like Nottingham or Nottinghamshire or somewhere, but anyway, I'll have to have a look at that and find out where it was. Morris dancers freak me. Yeah. Morris dancers, and do you know what really does freak me out? It's like a ceremony. Yeah, they play music, like folk music, country music, not like your country music. Wouldn't be so bad if it was like a bit of Keith Urban or something, or Chris Stapleton, but no, it's it's like English folk music. And they kind of dance and they intertwine in and out of these. It's without you seeing it, it's really hard to explain it, but it is. It's like a traditional folk dance. And then the Morris dancers, they're men. They have like clogs on and fancy stuff and a pig's bladder at the end, like blown up like a balloon at the end of a stick, and they twat each other on the head with them, and they have like bells and yeah, it's all sorts of weird stuff. But what really freaks me out is, and I can't remember what month it is. I don't think it's during May. I think it's later in the year where they do the cheese rolling down the hill, and it's a huge cheese truckle, and the hill is like the gradient. I can't even tell you how steep it is. I mean, there are people with like snapped legs, arms, broken backs, everything every year, but they basically roll the cheese truckle from the top of this hill with like crowds of people legging after it to try and catch it. I mean, this is fun and games in England. Crazy as anything, that. Can you remember where that is? Nuff. Is it somewhere like Cheddar Gorge or something that they do it? And there's also, Porky was telling me where he's from in Rossendale, there's a pub up there. I'm trying to think, what was it? Oh, it was showing me basically every year they do, it's this gravy wrestling, and they hold the UK Gravy Wrestling Championships in this pub. Bedtime, I'm sure you were thinking we are all nuts in the UK. Well, we mostly are, Frida, aren't we? Go on, mummy, and we got money in each house we cleaned. Oh, okay. And did you black up Julia for that? But I know they were just saying that the minority communities were kicking off over it. I was like, no, for fuck's sake. VQ is verbally flogging me for not being cultured. Gloucestershire, thank you, Nuff. There you go. Broken shoulders, backs. It's in Gloucestershire. I've watched them going down that hill. It's like, when you're pissed, you've had an absolute skinful and you're going to get totally croppered. And you get up out your chair and you start to go forwards, but you're bent over and you start to gather momentum and end up going at the speed of light, bent over until you face plant. That's how they go down that bloody hill after the cheese truckle. Welly chucking and bog snorkeling. Yeah, we do there's some crazy shit goes on over here. Oh, yeah, gurning. Oh, I forgot about that, Frida. Like, no, what about the fireballs in Stonehaven? The old jumping harbour on New Year's Day. Yeah, and the other thing as well up near my dad's, they do, and I think they do it around most of the west coast of Scotland as well. Used to do a lot of it in Dumfries and Galloway, the treading for flatties. There was competitions for that, so you'd go in like barefoot into the sea, and you're treading for to try and feel the flatties. What they call like your flatfish, your place, or your I can't even think what other flatfish are called. But yeah, things like that are all traditional as well. Yeah, with the coldest. Yeah, you see, and it's that's an English tradition, Julia. It should just be left alone. No, flatfish. Bedtime. I'm trying. They're not placed. Oh, I can't think what they're flipping called. Fatties. No, flatties. But there's these small flatties that and I can't remember what they're called. They have a different name. Whatever. You can eat them anyway. But yeah, you do the flatty treading. It's funny the different names you've got for things, isn't it? It's like you're familiar with razor clams. If you ever go on the beach and they're those very long, thin shells. I don't know if they have them in America, but they've got them like around the British Isles. And we used to go, because when I'd be up with my dad, we'd go diving for scallops. There's beautiful queen scallops off there. I don't eat them, but we'd go diving for them. And also, okay, so you've heard of them. So we'd also get these razor clams, and in Scotland they call them spoots, because if they're in the sand, when they're alive, I mean, most of the time you only see them when they're dead. Flounders, thank you, bedtime, flounder. Look at that, flounder, halibut, sole or turbot. flounders. So they bury themselves into the sand in an upright position. So they have the very top of them where the little creatures inside the shell, and it's breathing. And because of the shape of it and the way it's positioned in Scotland, they call them spoots because they look like a chimney spoot. So we don't call them razor clams in Scotland; they're called spoots. Just thought you'd like to know that. Could be wrong, but did you have dwarf throwing competitions in the USA? Oh, I've heard about that. There's also one for New Year's Eve. Tall, dark, handsome man brings in luck, a piece of coal for prosperity. Oh, well, Julia, that's like the Scottish tradition of first footing. So you come in, you can't be turned away from the door on New Year's Day. You come in first footing, and you make an exchange of gifts. So, piece of coal, coin, and a can or a butty or something. And so your coal is so that you've always got heat in your house. The coin is so that you're never short of money. This for the coming year. And the drink of food is so that you're never without food and drink. But in return, the householder has laid a massive spread on. Oh, I love going first footing when I'm up in Scotland. Go in people's homes you don't even know. Doesn't matter where you are. We've been to over on the East Coast, visit friends of mine have an estate over there. We've rocked up there. I didn't know people in that village. You just rock up at the front door. There's like albiddies with massive spreads on the tables, are groaning under the food. Love it. So yeah, it's a similar thing, Julia. Oh, let's have a little sneaky peeky if I've missed out. Flounder get big here in Alaska. Oh, these aren't tossing the caber. That's a Scot. Yes, it is. Tossing the caber, and I was actually going to be quite facetious then. I thought, no, I won't, because we are being serious. We used to, this. My dad used to say about going on the annual haggis hunt, chasing them around the Highlands. I'm racking my brains trying to think of others. Are there some Irish ones, Frida? God, oh, it's going to kill me this now because I can't think of any other ones. But yeah, bedtime. If for some of those, you need to watch that Chasing the Cheese Truckle down the hill to see how bad that is. And Morris dancing and Maypole dancing. Do they still teach country dancing in schools? I mean, obviously not for the last 2 years with the COVID, but it was something we had to learn at school. Whether it's because I was in a rural area, I don't know, but I just didn't know if it was something that was still taught. Now, what I want to know though, bedtime, is, has Voodoo Queen managed to explain to you properly what Morris dancing is? Not Morris dancing, Maypole dancing. It was just something I just, yeah, I would have had to give up. There was absolutely no way I could explain that one. But she's very good with the descriptives. Done a bit of line dancing in the past. Well, Frida. Now, I'm not a lover of the old line dance. However, when I was looking for exercises during lockdown, yes, very effectively, I'll never ask again. I'll highlight that one, bless her. I bet she did the an explanation as well, didn't she? Dancing around the house. Yeah, Frida. So when I was looking for things to do during lockdown, and I love Steve Earle. So obviously you'll be familiar with him. Bedtime and Voodoo Queen will know who he is. For anybody who doesn't know, he sang Galway Girl. Made famous on P.S. I Love You by the gorgeous Gerard Butler, who incidentally, you may or may not know, but he is my boyfriend. Should refrain from calling me an idiot, bless you. So I was looking up some Steve Earle music, and he has a song called Copperhead Road. And there was a funeral, and it was at the way outside the church or crematorium or whatever. There was a shitload of people there, all line dancing to Copperhead Road. And I was like, I like this dance. So I learned it. So it's the only line dance I know to the only song that I'm ever going to line dance to. But I enjoyed it. And I tell you what, it's a lot more tiring than you think. I always thought when I was looking at line dancing, I was like, yeah, whatever. But it's actually, you end up right buggered. There's April Fools. Where did that come from? I actually don't know, Julia. Does anybody know? Copperhead Road. No, that dance. Do you know what? We should do that online one night, Frida. Split the screen, just have our legs on, me on one side and you on the other, and we'll Copperhead Road line dance. What do you reckon? I think that'd be quite funny. Thing is, I can't stop singing it though. And I have to try and sing it in the worst American accent I, I could ever make. It's a good song. It is. It is. 1st of April is All Fool's Day, but don't know why. Hmm. And unfortunately I can't Google it for you unless you want to lose me, which I wouldn't blame you if you did. Oh, I've got an earworm now. My name's John Lee Pettimore, same as my daddy and his daddy before. Thanks, Frida. I know you didn't come up with the song, however. You came up with the line dancing. Oh, that's going to be in my head all night. So, I'm going to say, if anybody knows what April Fool's Day came from, 1st of April, speak now, forever hold your codpiece. History supposedly of April Fools. Oh, Bedtime's put a link there. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Oh, Sid, I forgot to ask you. How is the lovely Nancy? How's she doing? Like the way it starts off slow, then speeds up. Yeah, I know. I know. That killed my legs. I just got into it, and then I was like, whoa, here we go. Have you done line dancing for a long time, Frida? It kind of seemed to become very popular over here, didn't it? And then didn't. Listening while walking the dog hybrid. Oh, hi, Sherry. Hiya, love. Great to see you. And Lady Hodge as well. Hello, my darling. Oh, that's good to know, Sid. That's good to know. Well, do you know, Lady Witch, you might be able to answer this one. Do you know why April the 1st, or the 1st of April, whichever way around you want to say it, is April Fool's Day? Talk about that and talking about line dancing. Haven't done it in years. Oh, well, maybe you should dust off those cowboy boots and start tapping those toes. And I think we should have a dance off at some point on here. Like I said, don't worry, no faces or anything. We can just show us from the knees down. But I think we should do that. I'm just trying to think what we just kind of skimmed over a lot of stuff, Lady Witch and Sherry. Not really had a fixed topic of conversation as usual. I was saying that I am going to cover, well, two things. One is tomorrow I'm going to come on because there's been some drama in the Dogman community, which I think is hilarious. So we're going to cover that. But we're covering the actual story that people are getting the knickers in a twist over. So I'm going to do that. But I'm also going to, which I told these guys, I'm not going to get into it. You know, I'm not into my true crime. I don't cover true crime. But while I've been poorly, because I've had this chest infection and whatever it is, COVID, stroke, flu, stroke, heavy cold, God knows. The stuff that I've been watching on YouTube and listening to has come up. It threw up a case which has been described as the most sadistic murder in the UK. And it was that bad. This was a 16-year-old girl. It's not sex crime related. So, you know, it is just, but it upset me and I was crying listening to it. It really, really upset me. And although generally I would not do anything like this, because of what this young lass went through, I think I'd be a pretty shitty person if I didn't cover it, just to let it be known about her, because she's actually, this case should be known more than it is. And I think it's pretty fucking appalling. And the fact that some of these people are out and walking about who committed this horrendous murder, and I don't think it deserves to go away. So as much as I am not a true crime channel, I don't cover true crime, on this occasion I'm making an exception. I'm going to cover this one. So that's just to let you know, but that'll be, you know, in a week or so. Oh, here we go. I was told it's the Roman festival of Hilaria, a celebration of renewal when people would dress up and imitate others, but I don't think anyone knows for sure. Oh, thank you, Lady Witch. Oh, hang on. Did you know there's actually an anti-NASA community? They don't believe in gravity while simultaneously not believing the Earth is flat. Not sure how centrifugal force plays, but it causes drama. What the fuck? Do you know, it's like every day is a full moon on YouTube, isn't it? Every day is a full moon. All the loons come out. Absolute nut jobs. I mean, I think the stuff with the Dogman stuff has been more that one person has got more followers than the other. They're both, you know, pretty substantial channels, but one has more followers than the other one. And one of them got a, in inverted commas, witness. And then one of them is debunking said witness as false flagging. And it's just getting really, we're talking handbags at 20 paces, you know. So neither of them are naming the other. So it's, and this certain channel, well, you know who it is because there's only two of them talking about this case. So it's become very funny. And it's kind of drawing attention away from the story that actually needs to be told. So I'm going to cover that one tomorrow because I'm finding it quite hilarious. Just got to say though, Jim Bob does make a convincing argument. Oh gosh. Oh, my screen went funny then. Sorry guys, bear with me a second. Oh, got it. Oh, got it back. We just had a murder in our town. Oh, have you? Oh, Julia, please tell us all. Because you're in Burnley, aren't you? I need to go and have a look round Townley Hall. Dogman drama, knitting drama, what next? I really don't. Frida, it's just... You'd think that something like knitting would be nice and peaceful. Dogmen, not a peaceful topic, but where would the drama really come from? You know, the only time I would think there would have been drama would be people, you know, logging on and commenting on these channels going, I don't believe there's any such thing. But it's not really drama within the, you know, said community. But yeah, like I said, every day's a full moon on YouTube. It just seems that people are, it's like there's a virus, isn't there? It's infecting everybody. It's the let's be an arsehole and argue virus. But anyway, just as I was waiting for Julia to come back, so I know she said she's having some internet problems. Not far from where Julia lives is a place called Townley Hall. And I found out, if any of you remember, you know, we were talking about the Star Children and the, oh gosh, I forgot the name of them. The began with a ch. Those mummies, the blonde, tall blonde mummies from Peru. Chacapoya, wasn't it? The Chacapoya people. They have mummies of them in, of all places, Townley Hall in Burnley. So I want to go and actually see these and take some, well, if you can take photos. I'm sure I can sneak some if you're not allowed to anyway. Because I'd said I wanted to do something on these Star Children. When we got talking about it, you know, and the whole alien thing, which I know that Simples and Green Eyes were really into. But yeah, just wait for Julie to come back because I want to hear about the murder in your town. There was that other one as well. Do you remember that? God, let me have a think how long ago it was now. It was about 6 or 7. No, I'm going to say 7 years ago. It was about, yeah, 6 or 7 years ago. And it was a lady who was it in Helmshire, I think? And it was a lady, she was actually killed by, she had a long-term partner. He was also knocking off this younger woman, and the younger woman and the ugliest person on the planet, friend of hers, went along. Sadie, the murder victim's name was. He murdered her. Oh, yes. Julia, sorry, yes. I saw something on the news about that. They're looking through the Forest of Bowland for her, aren't they? Because apparently a member of the public's come forward and said that they saw his van in a particular area. Just seems, I don't know what's going on. It's like there's something in the air at the moment, isn't there? Ship in a bottle drama. You're right there, bedtime. I'm going to highlight that one. I think half the time it's arguing for the sake of arguing. I mean, I noticed a clip before it got deleted that Mrs. P had well, actually I think it was a community post, I think it was, and it had been copied by somebody else and put out there, and basically saying that she was just going to go for being a bitch and a nasty bastard, basically, because that's what sells and that's what people pay to view. And then it quickly got removed because she changed the name to Devil Bilch. The fuck? Oh, Gisborne Forest. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's all going off. Well, that woman I was just on about, though, that's Sadie. Can't remember her last name. She'd opened the door to this pair, so her lover's bit on the side and the bit on the side's friend, and oh god, I'd have to find a photo of it for you because you just wouldn't believe. Oh, imagine Dobby the house elf took human form. That would be it. Well, I don't know, cross between Dobby the house elf and Schmeagol. So anyway, I think my voice is just about giving up the ghost now. I've managed nearly 3 hours, but I can feel it struggling a little bit. So I mean, if I was a man, this would sound quite sexy because my voice has gone deeper. However, as a wee lass, it's not. It's not attractive at all. So I will come back. Oh, they have him on different cameras on his way there. Oh, right, Julia. So the thing is, to me anyway, all this argument on the net is not new. Been going on since like 1996, maybe 97. It gets old. I'm not saying peace and love for everyone, but how about some civil discourse? We haven't tried that yet. Yeah. Or how about on the internet? Yeah. Well, yeah, because everybody's a hard man on the internet, though, aren't they? Bedtime. You know, everybody's tough. I am. You know, I'm of the opinion that just walk the fuck away. Don't like me, don't watch me. Don't need to comment on me unless I'm dragging you. You've no need to comment on. You know what I mean? I wouldn't dream of going on, like, say, bedtime. You've done let's say you've done a program on fishing, and I don't like you because we've crossed swords before, you know, in another channel, and for some reason it flags up that you are you've done a live, so I'll go and watch it. and I don't like you, and I'm not interested in what you're showing, so I make some shitty comment. Why? I don't like you, and I'm not interested in what you're showing, so I'll just go my own way. People they can't help themselves on here, and it doesn't help that it's a bit, there's a catch-22 situation has arisen because certain people who shall remain nameless, Dirty D, and people like her know that the drama will pay, and they cause it and they cause it, and more people are watching it, and people are interested in it, even though they can't stand and it's this morbid fascination that they've got. So more people are watching. They might not support it, but more people are watching. So your subs are going up and your views are going up. So let's cause a bit more shit. Let's clap back. Let's have another go. And it's going round and it's going round and it's going round and it's ending up where it's just gathering momentum. And that's what's happening on here. People now cannot walk away. They can't walk away from it because it's become, not only is it their lifeline, for a lot of these people, it's their income, but it's become addictive. They cannot walk away from it. The likes of us, we can. I'll just go, you know what, I'll just not have a week on YouTube. I mean, I come from a Yahoo and Craigslist days. I'm fine with people's negativity towards either my personality or what I believe. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we don't even have to, we don't even have to come from another platform. As you know, my platform was Twitter. But even if I wasn't coming from there, I just don't give enough of a shit about strangers having an opinion on me. It's like tonight, like Frida said before, oh, we might get a mention on her channel. Am I bothered? No, I'm not. And just as I wouldn't be clicking on there to hear what somebody was saying about me, I really don't give a shit. And like you're saying, you don't give a shit. Why everyone else can't accept that is beyond me, because not everybody's of the same mindset, and therefore they can't accept that there are people other than, that there are, not everybody is the same. But for sheep, they can't understand. It's like the Mean Girls thing when Regina George gets fucked off out the group and they're following Katie Heron round. What we're going to do, so what we're going to do, what we're going to do, because they haven't got a free and rational thought in their own head. As far as they're concerned, everybody thinks the same way, everybody acts the same way. Far be it from anybody to not give a shit that they're getting dragged on a channel. And that is my genuine opinion. I could, unless, okay, yeah, that's it, Frida. If you don't like someone's channel, walk away, unsub. It's simple. Unless the only time I would be bothered, and I would try to solve it in private, and if I didn't have that option in private, then I would take it onto that channel publicly. Okay. But if it was, say, a friend, so say one of you guys, and I hear that you're dragging the shit out of me for something that I actually haven't done, it's been a false accusation or somebody's shit stirred or something like that, that is the only time I'd want to clarify something and clear it up. I'd try, and if I had a way of approaching the person away from YouTube, like, text, WhatsApp, whatever, email, I'd do it. And if I didn't, then I would go onto the channel while they were live and go, can we have a private discussion about this? Or do you want to discuss it here? Because this is what's happened. But anybody else, somebody just going, Jackie's a fucking piece of shit, can't stand her. She thinks she's a, whatever, the bee's knees. I think she's a boring bastard. A dog's a knob. I can't stand a boyfriend. She's always got a tongue stuck out in a photo, blah, 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 da, 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 da. I don't give a shit. Crack on. I really don't give a shit. I don't know you. Never gonna meet you. Don't give a shit. You know, it's one of those. I stay in this channel and I do things that I like doing and that we like doing. Because as I said to Nuff earlier, yes, there are times you have to defend yourself. Yeah, absolutely. And like Nuff was saying, she did the same thing. And that's the only time I would do it. If somebody was downright damn lying about me, but it would just be a case of, you're a damn liar, keep my name out your mouth, fuck off. Job's a good one. End of. But, you know, these channels that are thriving on it are constantly making the lies up to feed the drama, because they know they're going to get a reaction, and the reaction that they're going to get is going to bring more subs in. So they make another lie up to bring more drama in, to collect more subs, more viewers, more super chats, which is all it's boiling down to. It's all about the money. And it's sad because it's stopping people behaving like rational and civilized human beings. So yeah, for those of us that aren't getting involved in the drama, yeah, it is giving us stuff to laugh about. I mean, I personally have never heard anything as ridiculous as that meltdown. Play it, play it, play it. Fuck off. Just, you're a mother. Your kid's in the house with you. Shut the fuck up. You know, get a little bit of decorum. Listen to yourself. No, that's it, Frida. That's absolutely it. You get your piece said, and that's it. But saying your piece and leaving it doesn't bring the money in. It's not bringing the views in, and it's not bringing the extra subs, is it? So that's why they're doing it. It's like, from what I've observed, and obviously I don't know everything that's gone on, it's just things that I've observed. So you've got, I have a problem with that. Just don't lie about your manufactured drama. I mean, look at wrestling. Everyone has known for decades it fakes. Yeah, look at the money. That's it. That's absolutely it, Bedtime Clown. And it's made up shit. All made up shit. I was going to say something then and I totally forgot what it was. Oh, God. If anybody's psychic can remember or work out what I was about to talk about, please let me know in the comments box. Just had a total and utter brain fart. But yeah, I just think it's very sad. It's very sad, and you know, if your content has got to be revolving, you know what? Like, while I was ill, I've remembered now. While I was ill, and I was watching shit I wouldn't have normally watched, and it was just like lie tennis or accusation tennis. So you've got accusation thrown, and then it's batted back with another accusation from another channel, and it's batted back again. So everybody's running to that channel, and then when the retaliation happens, everybody's running back over to this channel. And you're thinking, you're just both loving it, because personally, I'd have blocked you. I'd blocked you. You're not coming in my chat. You're not coming in my channel. I don't want to see you. Fuck off. You're blocked from commenting on my community posts. Fuck off. And do what, you know, like what Bam said to do. You make an announcement. Anybody coming tittle-tattling from that channel into here saying, you want to see what they're saying about you over there? Fuck off. I don't want to know. don't want to know, not interested. And that's the way it should be, but it's not, because it's let's get another 4 people up on panel and we'll all bounce it back at you and slag you off. There's more juice, so we'll get 2, 3, 400 subs coming in. Whereas we might have had 50 on a good day. And it's people like the Klingons, the channels of Klingons, like Nuff Nuff's favourite person, she doesn't get that many viewers until she starts to cover the shit that's gone on with that between Country Joe and Dirty D, and then the figures are going up. It's just like, fucking hell. The lot of you, get a grip on yourselves. But, it's an open forum. People can say and do what they like, regardless of how ridiculous they may look or act or come across as. But it's just making it tedious for the rest of us. It's making it tedious. And I'll tell you what else as well has pissed me off. God, here I go. It's like, like the likes of like Fern, who likes to go into different channels. She doesn't side with anyone. She doesn't stir the shit. She just has different likes on different channels, because different creators, they have things that she's interested in. And we've had this discussion before. She's been attacked. I saw this in a chat. Why don't you go back over there? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, but I come in here. Yeah, why don't you go running back over there? Just because they've seen that she's a member of a channel that they don't like. These are subs. These aren't the channel creators, by the way. They're the subs attacking her. Fuck off. Everybody just fuck off. Leave people alone. It's not fair. People should be able to go and watch what they want, where they want. Just don't stir the shit. Simple as that. Well, and think about how many people set it and forget it with the memberships. I don't get that, bedtime clown, or is it just because I'm tired? What's set it and forget it? So, yeah, all the drama lovers, the knobheads, just let them crack up. I would rather we can have a bit of a laugh about, the latest drama, but as far as getting involved in it, nah, not doing it. Oh, do you know what? It's been like that in the crime channels for a while, Julia. Ah, right. I'm with you. I'm with you. Bedtime. Sorry, honey. It's 1:45 in the AM here. The old grey matter is gone very, very sluggish. I just think that there've always been angry people on the internet, always. And there's always been trolls on the internet, always. But I think that since coronavirus hit, it's brought out some real nasty sides to people. Whether it's frustration, loneliness, what have you, it's kind of brought out a vicious arrogance in some people. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that or felt that. Some people getting really arrogant but nasty with it. You can have a very successful channel without any drama. I think that the channels who thrive on drama are dumb. They don't have any imagination or ideas, Kiss. No, that's right, Frida. They don't. But I suppose it's down to having pride in what you do, isn't it? If all I was doing was sharing a screen of somebody else's content for hours at a time, I wouldn't be very pleased with myself, but that's just me. I wouldn't have any pride in what I was doing. I like the fact that we have, you know, a good natter about about different things, and you know, like and getting people up on panel, and we're not slating people. You know, we've got like Lady Witch's story, we've got Burren Witch up telling us about LEP. Julia and her son came up and had a chat. Denny comes up and we'll just talk absolute shit. Frida came up. We got Paula Parkinson came up telling us about losing a car that night. You know, bedtime coming up, Voodoo coming up and talking and telling us what's the guy's name? Thibodeau? Is it Thibodeau? Just Thibodeau jokes. You know, that to me is interesting stuff, and I'm interested in it as a, I'm not even going to call myself a creator because I don't create, I just host the channel as a channel host. The things I'm interested in, and that I think, well, yeah, people are going to be interested in this. I'd be bored to shit if all I was doing was looking at somebody else's content and giving a running commentary on it. It's not even like it's Casper's site, you know, at least he's getting sent ghost videos that you can have a giggle at. That's it, Lady Witch. That's exactly it. Oh, you weren't in before, Lady Witch. Guess what Porky's bought? To come with to go ghost on the ghost hunts with. I'll give you a clue and I'll tell you exactly the same thing I said before. When it arrived, I went, what the fuck? And I won't be touching that. And then I said, and one clue is it was not a 12-inch black dildo. But yeah, it's still getting equipments arriving. But it's put a little bit of a scupper on us at the moment because he is working nights. I was going to complain, however. Do you know what, Julia? I think it is. I think it is. People seem to be incredibly angry. Spirits would like a dildo. They probably would, Lady Witch. Wouldn't that be funny if we took a dildo along, you know, and sat it on a wall and asked him to turn it on, vibrator. If there's anybody there, press the button at the top and make it buzz. Can you imagine jumping through a graveyard holding a 12-inch dildo and really praying you don't bump into anybody coming the other way? Yes, Lady Witch, a Ouija board. He's bought himself a Ouija board. So I was like, eh. And he's like, it's a child's game. I'm going, I know Lady Witch has used them. I said, but I will not be touching it. I'm just letting you know. So I might be making Porky at some point have a chat with you in my chat, because I have a feeling he's going to be very flippant about using it. So I don't have an issue with the commentary. It can be a positive learning experience if you're the creator being criticised. I mean, like the rest of the internet, it's up to you to take it how you take it. Yeah, there's that. There's that. I think it's I suppose there though, taking it as a positive learning experience if it was maybe on your delivery. So like say if you wanted to comment on, if you listened back to mine, because I do listen back to my lives and think, and it's for myself really, because I'm very critical of myself. So I listen back and think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way, or you know, maybe because most of mine are off the cuff, so I don't really have any organized structure to them. But I think so that kind of criticism, yeah, all day long, not a problem. But when it's on, I don't know, on you and your subs and what have you, if we must be mess up, they leave it open and things come through. This is it, Lady Witch. This is where I think he'll do that. Because he keeps saying it's just a child's game. I'm like, no, it's not. Yeah, they just sold us child's games. I'm like, no, it's not. So yeah, he needs a good talking to, just Mr. Pork. Oh dear. Right, guys and girls. Well, my throat is just about fooked. So I am gonna wind this down. I hope that's okay with everybody. I'm going to highlight Lady Witches because I'm going to make him look at this tomorrow when he comes home. So I'm highlighting your comment about not leaving things open. And I will come back on tomorrow and we will discuss the Dogman story that is causing such a furore within the community, which is a case from Kentucky. Do you know what, Lady Witch? I'm going to do that now. I've got myself a Lemsip, but I'm going to go and get some hot water with some honey and a little, a wee dram, nice whiskey. And hopefully this will, yeah, it'll save my throat. But thank you all so much for coming in. I've missed you all over the past week. And yeah, hopefully some or all of you, if anyone's around, you can come back tomorrow and I'll tell you all the Dogman drama, which I'm finding very fascinating. So, I've done great. Oh, thank you, Frida. All right, have a good night. Love you all from Bedtime Clown. Love and blessings, everyone, from Lady Witch. Frida, you've done great. Night, everyone. Good night, and as always, I shall hopefully see those of you that I may tomorrow, and as usual, in my own annoying fashion, see you all on the bright side.